Welcome back. Time for Stories to Start Your Morning, sponsored by Ram Trucks, built to serve, starting in Pittsburgh with Ben. We haven't said that in a while. Ben Roethlisberger back at training camp after undergoing elbow surgery last year. Ben got our attention with this interesting statement, said, "Getting hit and calming the nerves are going to be big for me." Brandon, is getting hit something you have to almost relearn when you've been away from the game for a period of time?
Relearn? No, it's every practice, it's every game. You have 250-pound men that runs 20 miles per hour hitting you play after play after play, sometimes 70 times a game. I remember moments before going out to practice or games, I would put on my helmet, stand in front of the mirror, and just slap myself in the face just to be prepared for that first point of contact. Yeah, no, this is a thing in the NFL, guys. You gotta have a certain type of mentality to say, yeah, hit me, run down the field 40 yards at 20 miles per hour and just run into people. No, I understand Big Ben here. And then also what he's saying here is like, hey, the last phase of rehab is the toughest one. We hear that all the time. Repairing a ligament, repairing a muscle, that's the easy part. But actually getting through the mental side of things, the last phase, like, am I okay to go back to play? Am I confident enough? Can I take that first hit? So what we're seeing is that classic approach to entering back to play into full contact. Big Ben will be fine. He's a tough guy, but he definitely needs to get that first hit out the way. If I'm Big Ben, just go in the mirror, put on your helmet, just slap yourself in the face, and you'll be ready to roll.
Are you hitting the face mask at that point? What do you? I don't get.
Yeah, face mask. You can go here.
When you put the helmet on and then you're hitting the face mask, you got to get in there. It's not too much of a hit, you know, if it's the face mask. Anyways, Nick, I hate to say it, we probably owe an apology to one of the most creative minds in the NFL, Mr. Joe Judge, who you specifically took to task for this quote. If we can run it, go ahead.
I mean, with quarterbacks, you want to go ahead and be calculated in how you start banging them around. I don't think we're going to throw him in any, Royal Rumbles or anything like that. But, at some point we'll pop his pads a little bit in a controlled environment. Maybe that's with, a young guy who understands just kind of, hit him a little bit. But I'm not in a hurry to go ahead and just beat the hell out of him, Tom. But, at some point we'll prepare his body for what he may take in the first game.
Nick, you got to apologize.
Nick, can I jump in here, please?
To the most creative mind in the NFL.
No, Nick.
Go, Brandon.
Oh, my goodness.
Go ahead, Brandon. Go.
Oh, no, go ahead, Nick. No, go ahead, Nick. Okay. Nick, did you hear this guy? Prepare him. He's been playing football since he's 8 years old. He's been getting hit since he's 8 years old. What is this?
Listen, I'm not apologizing to Joe Judge for anything. There's 32 teams in the league. Let's see how many of them take the red jersey off their quarterback before the season starts. Maybe Joe Judge is just the most brilliant trendsetter in football, but I want to talk about Joe Judge. I want to talk about Big Ben because I'm going to make a proclamation here. I think Ben Roethlisberger could be the single most influential person on the football field this year. And here's why. If Ben is excellent, the Steelers join the Ravens and the Chiefs as contenders in the AFC. They have a spectacular defense. They have one of the 5 best coaches in football. The question is, what Ben are we getting? In 2014, Ben was absolutely spectacular. Now, you might say, why did I go back 2014? Because every year since then, he had 13 to 16 interceptions, and he was a bit of a turnover machine. We didn't really talk about that much because he was throwing for so many yards. But one of the reasons he was throwing for so many yards is they had to because he was turning the ball over. If Ben can recapture some of what he had in 2014 without the turnovers of the last few years, then it's not just the Steelers can be a contender. They could derail this Lamar Ravens train because only one team can win that division.
No,
not my beloved Browns and Baker Mayfield.
No, what are you talking about?
Brandon,
the Ravens.
Jenna hated that.
He's going to derail the Chiefs. The Chiefs. What about the Chiefs?
Well, you got to do it in your division first. I'm talking about in your division first to win the division.
You say contender.
And then you
say
go from
contender.
there.
When you throw the word contender out there, I'm thinking championship.
Okay, you're correct, and you are also correct to think about when I say contender for the first team to think of be the Chiefs. That is correct, because they're not only the defending champs, they're clearly the best team in the league. So smart take by you. But I think right now most people look at the Chiefs and the Ravens as a cut above everybody else. If Ben is excellent,
no, stop going back to the
Steelers
Ravens.
defense,
I don't want to go back to the Ravens. I want to stay with the Chiefs. Could this be the ultimate matchup? The Steelers and the Chiefs. Is this the only team that match up well against the Chiefs?
Oh, well, that's really interesting. You've thrown me a curveball there. They might have the best defense in the AFC. So Minka Fitzpatrick's awesome. They've got T.J. Watt and Bud Dupree, Cam Hayward. I still think the toughest matchup for Kansas City is Baltimore because of what Lamar can do. But again, a lot of that is predicated on the fact that I don't think Big Ben is going to be good. If he is good coming off his first major injury of his career, he's year 17. He's had major elbow surgery. Like, I don't think you can
Tom
anticipate
Brady's in year 40.
he's going to... I don't think he's going to be good
Tom
either.
Brady's in year 40.
I mean, welcome to the show, but I don't think Brady's going to be good either. I mean, so I am consistent on this. I'm not too high on Brady. Year 40 for Tom Brady. So yeah, I just think Ben's one of the most...
I don't know how to respond.
You're fine. I just think Ben's one of the most interesting people in football this season. I feel like we lost Jenna.
I didn't know.
Did we lose Jenna?
Yeah.
Did we lose Wow?
No, I know we lost Jenna. Jenna just bailed out. Jenna was listening to Nick's take, and she said, you know what? I'm out. She put the lens cap on.
She's out,
the
and so I've got Wilds, so I've got to do this.
Oh, she's back.
So listen.
I'm back.
She's back, but I don't know if she knows it. So, hold on. Hey, guys, go ahead,
Oh,
Jenna.
the last thing I heard was someone said the Browns aren't going to win the division. And then I went to say something, and the whole thing went to black for me, and I just woke back up again.
Censored you.
So just so I'm clear.
I think we're supposed to talk.
I just want to make sure I'm clear.
Kyler here.
No, we're going to move on, talk some Arizona. Yeah, let's talk Kyler Murray. He's coming off an impressive Rookie of the Year season, but his head coach, Cliff Kingsbury, knows he's just getting started. Take a listen to this.
I think he understands now the consistency with which you have to approach that position that he's in. When you're the face of the franchise, everything you do from your waking moment has to be about being the best you can be for that organization. And he knows that now. I mean, we can't have a bad day. We go as he goes. And I think that just watching his daily preparation, the way he handles himself on the field, the body language, communication with his teammates, he's made huge strides. And he's been through it. I mean, last year, a lot of the times it was survival mode. He was thrown right into it. There was nobody keeping the seat warm for him or to learn from anybody week one. I mean, he was the guy the moment he stepped in the locker room. And he gained a lot of respect for his teammates the way he handled that situation. And I expect him to continue to progress this season.
I feel like Cliff Kingsbury should only do press conferences from that palatial Arizona state where he was covering the draft, or he was part of the draft moving forward. Brandon, what are your expectations for Kyler in year 2 now?
Well, initially when this topic was thrown on my desk, I wanted to praise this guy. I mean, his swagger is at a 10. He throws one of the most beautifulest balls I've ever seen in my life. And I wanted to praise this guy. But after hearing this again, I'm starting to think, is there trouble in paradise? Or is this guy someone we may not know? He just think about what he said. He just said, now he's starting to get it. We can't have a bad day. We have to take these press conferences serious because coaches send messages, right? So I don't know if this is a guy that comes into the